Is Nicholas J. Fuentes a CIA plant? Is he a Fed? Is he a meddler? Is he a subverter? These are all the things I'm seeing as of recent times. Fucking hell, going the dodgy ways again. But yeah, figured I'd give you my 2 cents on it. TLDR, no. As of yet, I personally don't find Nick Fuentes to be a CIA plant. I've followed the guy since 2017, 2018 time. Fucking hell, I'm pretty sure I saw him when he was first on YouTube for like half a day. And we've got to remember, perspective, it's been over almost a decade of America First, of him being cancelled everywhere, banned from flying, banned from banks. Try search his name on TikTok right now, today, in 2025. No results found, still completely shadow banned. He is breaching containment now, yes, and he is on his quote generational run. So things are changing fast for him, but you've got to realise he's been on the grind for many years. And for people who haven't been paying as much attention, it may appear that he just appeared out of nowhere, and you know, it looks dodgy. One day he didn't exist effectively to many, and now he's on interviews everywhere, kind of like Lex Friedman, only Nick actually was around and he wasn't actually a plant. But you know, I can understand that. But more importantly, I think a lot of these opinions are coming from in regards to the events with Charlie Kirk. Candace Owens, of course, has been quite vocal in sort of pointing the finger at Israel, as have I. Right, at this point, I genuinely think it very likely could be Israel. I'm not going to say absolutely without a doubt that it is Israel, but we can't discount it at this moment. Like, the fact that our knee-jerk reaction as groypers, conservatives, whatever, is to instantly laugh at it. Ha! Charlie Kirk, the cook for Israel, of course he wasn't killed by Israel. But then you look at all the finer details, especially the 48 hours before his death. A big billionaire Israeli donor stopped donating to Charlie a few days before his death. Almost like the new. Fucking Netanyahu sending his wishes to Charlie within like minutes of him being shot. Like they all, I don't know, it's all just so dodgy. It very likely could just be a crazy lefty. You never know. But, in my humble opinion, we know for a fact that these guys control both sides. They fund both sides of every war. Would it be so radical to suggest that they very well may have honeypot organisations, both on the left and the right, throughout the country, radicalising lonely, possibly autistic teens, young males, to prime them to take out potential undesirables as they arise? They could have had lefty Discord groups for years radicalising people against Kirk, and they could have had right-wing Discord groups for years. You know, think of the attacks like Nancy Pelosi. What's not to say the same people weren't behind that, you know, egging on these kids to attack people of political interest for them. Doesn't mean that the kid who actually killed Charlie or who attacked other people is doing it for Israel. Definitely not. They may not even know that they're being groomed by Israelis. But it's something worth considering. We can't rule that out at this moment. And yeah, a lot of the eyebrows raised at Nick in recent days seems to be from his skepticism. I wouldn't even call it skepticism, but utter dismissal of the possibility of Israeli involvement. We can think of a few reasons why that may be the case. First of all, like I say, my God, I'm so out of breath. As we say, he's on a generational run. He's had effectively a decade of being hidden, not even fucking debanked, for God's sake. And he's only just now reaching the mainstream and becoming more of a household name. His reputation's on the line now. More people are watching him than ever before. Right now, when he's got so many eyes on him, would it really be prudent to jump on accusing, without a shadow of a doubt, Israel of meddling without any evidence? Is he perhaps concerned that maybe this could be an attempt to make him look stupid? If it comes out that it was obviously something else and definitely not Israeli involvement, if he puts all his eggs in one basket, his reputation's ruined. People like Candace Owens, they don't care because they're jokes, essentially. They may be right on this. I'm not discrediting from that. But the fact of the matter is Candace Owens has got quite a reputation for muddying the water and for talking a lot of fucking shit without any evidence or anything to back it up. She's quite a sensationalist. I think we all remember her sort of blaming the Frankists instead of the Jews for all the subversion in America. I mean, come on. We have to also acknowledge that Nick blatantly dislikes Candace. She kind of did fucking set him up for a sort of grilling, like pretended she wanted to extend an olive branch and just gave him a lecture instead. She muddies the water constantly, and personally I think generally she's more likely to be a psyop to make conservatives and the right look stupid. The amount of utter shit she talks, and then she'll say very strong statements, like making out she has definitive evidence, and then she'll backtrack on that. She'll hide things behind a paywall. What's not to say Nick may be entertaining the thought, but he fucking hates Candace, and his knee-jerk reaction, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying it's human. His knee-jerk reaction may very well be to dismiss with extra aggression anything from that dumb bitch's mouth. I can imagine myself in the same situation being the exact same way, so what's not to say? This is, in his mind, a complete bitch who fucking set him up, lies about everything, muddies the water and makes the whole movement look bad. When she says something else like this with such confidence, and you know, it is a business risk effectively, so I can understand why he'd want to wait for more evidence. He has been more dismissive than I'd have liked though, and I do think everyone talking about him possibly being a Fed a right to do so. I, at this moment, think he's fine, but being on a generational run, his fame is huge now. It's much more likely that more eyes are on him. He very well could be blackmailed. Personally, I think that's very, at least in terms of bribes, I find that unlikely. So guy fucking got like 100 Bitcoin when he was underground still. He got so much money. I don't think he even cares necessarily about the money per se, as long as he gets enough to live. But every person has a price. Some people can't be bought out with money, but a lot of people can be bought out by threatening their lives, those that they love. I've heard a lot of people, you know, obviously there's the whole rumours about Nick being a gay boy. I personally don't care. I know that's really controversial in these circles. I don't care if someone takes dick in the arse. As long as it's not in front of my face or you're not imposing it on me, I don't give a fuck. There's so much more to the world, so many things dividing us that are more important at this point that I really couldn't give a fuck. I know that's going to make people think I'm a CIA plant or a Fed or whatever, but generally, there's more to life. Maybe once Israel's been outed from the politics of the West, once mass immigration's sorted and everything else, once all the main key issues we're facing are sorted, maybe we can look at things like that, but realistically, most people have a problem with that for no reason other than, ew, yucky, gross. Sorry about that, I just got accosted by some random adoring fans. They wanted an autograph. Not really, obviously. I just went to the fucking shop. But yeah, the main arguments against it from conservatives, like, it is crazy. These are full-on adults. They're the guys who laugh at the left for being triggered snowflakes. But the main arguments against fucking homosexuality, it's just, ew, gross, yuck. And I get there's an argument for society as a whole if you allow that and encourage it and have pride in it. There's a difference, but bro, you're not going to turn the whole world gay. Women are too fucking hot. Trust me. There's too many of us who think that way. There's more to life. If this guy's saying more than anyone else, he's calling out the people who no one else dares to. He's pointing out things where most people daren't. He's even ruffling feathers on the right. For years he was the only guy on the right calling out other grifters like Ben Shapiro. I don't really give a fuck if he were to bang a guy or a trap or whatever. Maybe one day this might be an issue. For me, personally, I don't think I'll ever care. But I understand why the tribe he aligns himself with me. So that's something to consider as well. And if maybe there's evidence on him, if there's some blackmail in that regard coming out where he's playing extra safe, I personally doubt, but what do you think? Anyway, to finish off, does this mean Nick could never be a Fed? Obviously fucking not. It means right at this moment, time of speaking, I forgot the date, don't judge, I know it's September, like 28th or something. At this time of speaking, I do not believe that Nick is a Fed, and the evidence for it is very minor. He's still not even entirely dismissing the Israeli side. He is being more dismissive than we should like, but I can sort of account for that just based on the fact that the main person pushing it's Candace, and he fucking hates Candace. So it makes sense. Like, it's human. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's human, okay? And as far as I'm aware, Nick Fuentes is also a human, so that makes sense. But now would be the time more than ever to be extra prudent of things changing. Like, those who may be on our side today very well might switch over the next day. You just never know. So I do appreciate all the extra skepticism from people, but also at the same time, are we really going to say Nick's a Fed and Candace isn't? Come the fuck on, boys. Think for yourselves, once again. Don't listen to me 100%. Mine's just an opinion to bounce around the inside of your skull, see if it resonates. Add everyone up, look at lefties' takes on it, look at right wings, even look at the mainstream news, and try and piece together the jigsaw, essentially. But yeah, fuck me, I'm so tired. It's been a long ass week of work, 6 days of work, and yeah, dark eye circle maxing once again. You know it is. But anyway, hope you all have a good evening. Fuck off.